Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steve and this is Penguin Outdoors. Today I'm here to give you a long-term review of the Boonedox Groovy Landing Gear. The first thing I'm going to do is tell you this video is going to address the 3 specific questions you probably came here for, and I'm going to answer them right now. The 3 most common questions I think everybody has about this landing gear, and I know that I've had, is 1, should I buy it? 2, is it worth the money? And 3, will it damage my kayak? And you know what, we'll throw in 4, does it void my warranty? 1, should you buy the Boonedox Groovy Landing Gear? Yes, absolutely. This is the second kayak I have it on. I will tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and why you should buy it. 2, is it worth the money? 100%. I paid it a second time without blinking an eye. 3rd, will it damage my kayak? No, it won't if you install it right. If you don't do it right, it will. And guess what? I'm going to show you some of that too. 4, will it void my warranty? So on a Hobie, drilling holes in the hull does not void the warranty. I've heard people say it does. I've heard people say just installing it voids your warranty. They're all wrong. There are plenty of Hobie accessories you have to drill holes to attach. Kayak fishing requires you to drill holes in kayaks. It's just how it is. Hobie does not void your warranty simply because you drilled a hole in a kayak. Now, if the hull cracks and they can link it to the landing gear, yeah, it's going to void your warranty. But the landing gear doesn't crack hulls if you install it right and use it right. It just doesn't. I mean, the Hobie carts themselves destroy scupper holes all the time. The Hobies are reinforced and still you will get breaks and leaks in the scupper holes from the carts. No matter what cart system you use, you are risking some kind of damage to the kayak. That's common sense. If you use these right, they don't damage your kayak, they don't void your warranty. So, let's talk about the landing gear itself and what I do and don't like. There are 3 different installations of this landing gear. There is the Groovy Standard Kit, which I'll talk about on my Outback. There is the PA Kit, which I'll talk about on the PA. And there's the Track Kit. Do not buy the Track Kit, okay? That's the first thing we're going to talk about, because that will damage your kayak. It's a terrible idea. Let's move over to the Outback and talk about it. All right, here is my Hobie Outback. This is my 2021 Hobie Outback. I installed the landing gear literally the day that it arrived. So, let's talk about track mount. Do not use the track mount. I don't care what Boonedox tells you, do not use the track mount. This is why. I've got damaged track on both sides. I don't know if you can see it over there. Both sides of the Outback. So, I said to Boonedox, can I use the track kit on the Outback? And they said, yeah, absolutely. Works perfect on the Outback. No issues. And I said, it's not going to break the track. It's not going to rip the track out of the hull. And they're like, nope, it's great. I'm going to tell you right here and now, I love the Boonedox Landing Gear. I hate their customer service. Your mileage might vary. Somebody from their company might see this video and think that I'm insane. Their customer service is trash, in my opinion, in my experience, and I'll tell you why. So they told me I was good to go. And I said, well, what's the weight limit? They said, well, we don't have a specific weight limit. You know, you can have your gear in the kayak, just don't overdo it. Okay, whatever that means. I put the landing gear on the day this thing showed up. That weekend, me and my buddies went out for a whole weekend of kayak fishing on a camping trip. The first day, we went to a lake, rolled it down the ramp, went fished for a few hours, went to the second lake. Now, keep in mind, when I tow these, I take the wheels out. I don't let the wheels stay on the kayak while I'm towing. In my mind, they're bouncing and moving is probably just not a good idea, so I just take them off. Drive to the second lake, put the wheels on, I'm halfway down the boat ramp, and bam, my kayak drops and hits the ground. Broke out of of both tracks at the same time with a completely empty kayak. I chose to just not have anything in the kayak because I was a little paranoid. It's my first Hobie. It was the first weekend. I'm like, I'm just going to go easy on these things. Ripped them right out of the track. So I come back from my trip. I contact Boonedox. And I said, hey, this happened. And I want new track for my Outback. It's not covered under the warranty. And they said, you should have never installed it on the track. So I sent them copies of the emails where somebody said that I could. They said, well, no, that's incorrect. You can't use it on the track on a Hobie Outback. You'd have to use it on the track on a Hobie Pro Angler. Well, I don't know if you know this, but there is no track back here on a Hobie Pro Angler. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard. They said the rear track on the Pro Angler is made for it, and the rear track on the Outback is not. There's no rear track on the Pro Angler. Not to mention, you told me I could use it on the back of an Outback. So they didn't do nothing. So I said, okay, let's meet in the middle. I'll deal with the broken track. Send me the mounting kit, the install kit for the through hull. Let's call it a day. Made me pay for it. Wouldn't even send it to me. Made me pay for it, okay? So, that's where my anger at Boonedox ends and all my happiness begins. Do not use the track kit. There's guys out there using the track kit. If they're not having problems with it, God bless them. I like my kayaks too much to risk it. Don't use the track kit. It's just not worth it. So, let's talk about the correct way to use it. And we're going to talk about, it on, we're going to talk about it on the PA and on the Outback. We're going to start with the Outback. So, on the Outback, sorry guys, I'm on the struggle bus today. So on the Outback, there is inside the hull, they send you like a mini sheet of starboard, that thick marine plastic, it's starboard. I really don't know how else to describe it. And what you do is you create a pattern. I did it with masking tape, painter's tape. You create a pattern of the inside of the hull in this area, and you cut it out of the starboard. And there's plenty of videos of this on the internet. And I installed the 8-inch rear hatch that's under the wheel there, because the Outbacks don't come with them. That's what I'm talking about right there. And then you fish the bolts through so that you can bolt through that plate, that starboard, into a metal plate, so that this whole area of the hull is pinched secure between here. That is a super secure installation, and I will tell you, flip it around here, it's a super secure installation, and I have been using it since the beginning of 2021, right after my track broke. It's now February of 2023. I have 400 something hours on this Outback just last year. All of it launching and recovering with the Boonedox Landing Gear with a fully loaded kayak. I would get my kayak ready on the trailer as much as I could, slide it off the trailer, set the nose on the ground up on the wheels, load the rest of it, roll it down, go fishing for the day, and reverse it when I came back. No issues whatsoever. Rock solid installation. No complaints. So on the Pro Angler, the install is largely the same, but it's much more simple than the Outback because there's no starboard involved. The PA has a very hard line that's only so wide. It doesn't have that whole open flush area like the Outback does. So you don't have to cut any starboard with the PA. What they give you is a long flat bar that pulls up against the inside of the hull here. In my opinion, appears to be every bit as sturdy as the starboard method that's used on the Outback. I haven't actually been out in my PA yet, so I haven't used it. 99% of the time, I'm actually gonna what I call wet launch, where I just back the trailer in and she floats off the trailer. But I wanted the wheels for the times that I need them because the PA is heavy. I have zero concerns about the Groovy Landing Gear PA kit. Is the Boonedox Landing Gear worth it? Yes, absolutely. Will it damage your kayak? Well, if you use the track kit, yeah, it's going to damage your kayak. You just got to be smart with it. You don't want to roll it into the garage on the landing gear and set the nose on the ground and then just walk away and let it sit on the wheels. That's undue stress on the hull. It's not a good idea, especially in the summer with fluctuating temperatures. And if, like, my garage is climate controlled, if yours isn't, having that thing sitting on those wheels is a bad idea. And as a general rule, I launched my kayaks fully rigged. Okay, the Outback, let me tell you, weighed down. Matter of fact, I shot a video about how I launch and recover the Outback with the Boonedox Landing Gear. I'll put that up top here if I remember. And you can see just how loaded down that thing is. Even with my full live well, I used the landing gear. But my rule of thumb is this: have it on the landing gear for as little time as possible. I would roll it off the trailer on the landing gear, load it up, go park the car, get it in the water, get the wheels up. No standing around BSing, no setting it down on the wheels, wait for my buddies to show up, no storing it on the wheels in the garage. Use the wheels for what they're for, getting it into the water. Don't store it on the wheels, don't leave it on the wheels longer than you have to, don't leave it on the wheels sitting in direct sun for any extended period of time. Use Loctite on your bolts when you install it. They give you Loctite, use it. Check them periodically. I check them once every, 6 months or so, which may not qualify as periodically as much as I fish, but that's what I do. It's really a great kit. But like I said, their customer service, in my experience, was just god-awful. God-awful. Lost my train of thought as I was saying god-awful. Really drives home the point, though, because my experience with them was terrible. But it's a very well-made product. The instructions to install them is really simple. They make it for, it's made for all kinds of different kayaks. It doesn't work for everything. It definitely works for the Hobie Outback and the Hobie Pro Angler. The other nice thing about the track, or getting ahead of myself there. The other nice thing about the Boonedox Landing Gear is the track. The channel in between the connecting bar and the knuckles on the outside. The connecting bar has track on the top. The knuckles have track on all four sides. The Boonedox really is great. I've seen videos where guys are like, do not use the Boonedox. It cracked my hull and here's why. The vast majority of those seem to be using the original version of the Boonedox Landing Gear that wasn't nearly as sturdy on the install. They learned a lot through some of those damages. But a lot of those guys also admit that they leave it sitting on the wheels, or that they leave the wheels in while they trailer down the road. I think if you install the landing gear and then just have no regard for how you use it or how it affects the kayak, then yeah, I think it'll damage it. But, guys, I've got, 1,200 hours on my Outback. Gotta be. Like I said, I was over 400 hours just last year. The year before, I was pretty close to that. It's got to be 1,000 to 1,200 hours. Every single one of them using that landing gear to launch and recover. And I had zero hesitation about installing it on the PA. It's just rock solid. It is expensive, but it's quality made. That's the conclusion, guys. It's really up to you. And I do understand the hesitation, and I understand why installing it could seem daunting and terrifying. But it's not too bad. And there's a lot of videos out there to support it. And at this point, I'm just kind of rambling, but I kind of wanted to give you guys a video that was like the end-all be-all, where you could be like, should I buy the landing gear? And in watching this video, you would know yes or no. Like, this is what Steve told me. I can believe him. I can trust him. He gave me the pros and cons, and now I can make my decision. That's what I wanted for this video. So while there's a little bit of rambling, I hope it accomplishes that for you. And if you happen to get the landing gear, I hope you love it as much as I did. If you've had negative experiences with it, or especially if it has to do with the track kit, feel free to comment down below. And I do want to say I went kind of hard at Boonedox there for their customer service. I love their product, don't get me wrong. So I don't feel bad going at them for the customer service because my experience sucked, but the product is good. And if you install it the right way, it's going to treat you well, and it's going to make your life on the water so much easier. It is so nice to, my buddy's got a regular cart, like a scuppered cart. It's so nice to roll down the ramp and then turn around in my seat and just stick my wheels up, and they're done and they're out of my way. Whereas he's got to get the cart out from under there once it's in the water, and then he's got to like store it somewhere that's not totally in his way. Mine's never in my way. So I'm super happy with it. I think you will be too. And I'll leave some links down below where you can get them. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Wiki wiki.